Hey, what's up, guys? Carnegie is here. So I just woke up not that long ago, and I had my headphones in, and I have my cup here, and I was walking by the bank inside this Walmart, and I've been over here about 2 weeks because I had to wait for my medicines to get ready, and I finally got the last one. Um, and I've been waiting on my gabapentin for like a week, and so my nerve pain has been extremely bad. Uh, and in my head for my trigeminal neuralgia, and haven't been sleeping good, been in extreme pain, been worn out, and on top of that, I got a cold, which I finally got over today. My throat was sore, I was, you know, blowing my nose a lot and all that, plus the heat, so I was drained. So today I was very, very out of it. I went and got my Pepsi, and then I got the cats some water. I got the windows down in the car for them. It's not too hot. It's actually a good temperature. They're good. And so I came in here, and I was going to come in here where I'm at in the subway to charge my phone and my iPad. But to get to the subway, I had to walk past the bank. And I talked to one of the bank ladies about something. And I guess like the manager lady, I avoided her on purpose because she's like a 10 out of 10. She has her hair is like even bigger than mine. It's kind of like Marge Simpson's sister. That's how big it is. She's very, very, very attractive. But the problem is that she's thicker than a stack of $10,000 $1 bills in one band, like a natural thickness. And then I thought about the Bible and how the fallen angels saw those type of women, and then they had the Nephilim and all that, which went against God's design and His word. I was like, yeah, I get it now. But anyways, I had my headphones in like this, and I didn't even notice at first that she was talking to me, but she was talking to me and pointing at me, but I didn't at first know she was talking to me. So I turned and looked at her, and I said, "Are you talking to me?" She said, so she's like, "Yeah." So I went over and started talking to her, and we were talking about our cup sizes. And she said, "Oh, you got water in there too?" I said, "No, I got Pepsi." I was like, "I drink Pepsi when I'm stressed out, and Mountain Dew when I need energy." And I said, "But my cats are drinking the water." And she's hands down the most beautiful woman in this Walmart, not just another lady just looked at me. Lord, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I stay to myself, because this is what happens all the time. So yeah, it's crazy. Any man that loves women like I do to the max degree knows the type of woman I'm talking about. And it's crazy. So anyways, we had a good conversation and stuff, and I'm probably about to leave from over here to go to my sister's to do some laundry. All my stuff, a lot of my clothes got wet from a bad storm, and the clothes that were clean are now not clean. So I'm gonna go and get that sorted out. And as such, since I'm about to leave, I'm gonna charge up my devices, and I'll give her my Facebook or whatever, or get her number or whatever, and because she had asked like how old I was and different stuff, and this is how I look, y'all. But that is one of the things where, like, I've grown up around girls, and mostly older women and older girls my entire life, so I don't go out of my way to do it, but I pick up on cues if I actually care at the moment, which I usually don't, because I keep to myself, mainly because I'm introverted, not because I'm vain or anything. And as a top percentage person in looks and stuff alone, it's very hard to not get an ego and prideful and all that. But that's why pride is the deadliest sin, because pride cometh before the fall. So you want to, if God did bless you with the best looks, on the market, so to speak, just don't take advantage of people. And if you are gonna entertain the opposite sex and whatnot, just be honest about everything. Because what happens is two 10s get together, and one person usually will make it go to a 0, and then so every other person that looks like you is very attractive, they're not going to trust that person, because 9 out of 10 of the people that look as good as them are just using each other. So a lot of people talk about like the lady that just looked at me, she doesn't look near as good. She's maybe like a 4, right, or a 5. That doesn't mean I wouldn't marry that chick, right? It just depends on if we get along and stuff like that. But the difference is between a 10 and a 4 or 5 is that you are going to notice a 10 before you notice a 4 or a 5. But you might date 9 10s, and they're just like very mean-spirited and ugly inside. But the 4 or the 5 is actually equivalent to the 10 on the inside, maybe not on the outside, but eventually there's a thing where the more you are around a woman or a man, person of the opposite sex, you actually basically fall in love with the person over time. I forget what it's called. There's some type of thing. But when a woman like that stops another guy, she definitely is interested in him to some point. It might just be to be like, oh, I talked to a nice looking dude today. Or it might be more than that. But just from life experience and personal experience and growing up with my dad, Mac Daddy Pimp dude, women like that, very attractive women, are not ever gonna go out of their way to talk to any man unless they want to. So in other words, if women are always ignoring you, then there's a reason for that. And if they're either here and there or all the time trying to get your attention or talk to you, especially talking, because most women don't want a guy they don't consider attractive, at least just attractive enough to talk to and be like close to them. Literally, they're not even going to want you near them. And if I wanted to, I could have went into this type of situation and mindset and got a place for me and my cats just off my looks alone and this and that. But I've been choosing to trust in the Lord for Him to make a way, because I know ultimately His way is going to be better than my way all the time. And I don't want to be doing all this, God doing all these great blessings for me, and then I just go and slap Him in the face hyperbolically with my actions because I'm too impatient to wait on the blessing. So I had $31 yesterday. I had to get a pizza for $10.60 yesterday because I hadn't eaten like solid food. And I got my gabapentin, so my pain is under control finally. I got $20.33. I found two little, it's like $6 for two of them, the little sun blocker things that go on the side of your doors. Let's see, I need 1, 2, 3. I really need I need 4 on the side, and I need another one in the front. But I'd had to save that money I had to get to my sister's to do laundry. I'll see if I can make some more money today to get those while I'm here. If some people can maybe donate. But if you do want to donate, that's really the last thing we really need is those sun blocker things to keep the car cool. They'll probably be about $40, $45, $50 for all of them. Everything else is good, and I get my food stamps tomorrow, so I have food. What is gas? $5, so $20 really isn't that much gas. Because when I go to my sister's, I'll be there to do laundry, and then I have to leave. So she can do like a little guest thing, and I can stay there for a little bit. But after that, I have to leave. So then I basically had to figure out a safe place to park at and sleep at and be around. But over there is like a more richer part of town, and there's more police, and people are more anal about calling the police and just being weird. Whereas over here, it's a lot more laid back. But maybe that bank lady might be able to help me get a job there. I don't know. It's just I literally can't work because my body's in such bad condition. The only reason I can even get around and move is just I'm literally forcing myself through sheer willpower. First and foremost, Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Even movement comes from God. So number one, it's God. But then the Lord helps people that helps themselves. So, but the other thing is, with it being warmer out, I really can't work a regular job at all because I can't leave the cats out in the car. Because it went from cold overnight to relatively warm during the day. But the window sunblocker things will keep the car like 44 degrees cooler on the inside. So that actually would be good. And the thing is, like, I'm not trying to like over exaggerate how thick that lady is. Well, when I say thick, I mean everywhere, especially in the butt area. But it's so thick that it's like you just can't not notice it, just like with a woman with a big breast size, you know. But God made women to be attractive so that we have children and fruit from multiply. So if you weren't attracted to a woman at all, then none of us would be here, right? You just don't want it to go from like attraction to lust. Like, you know, it's fine to have a nice interaction and this and that. You just don't want it to go straight to like lust and sex and all that. But if those things do happen, just know you're human. You know, God understands. None of us are perfect. Only Jesus is. So don't try to be Jesus and be perfect all the time, even though you slip up. Just ask God for help, and He'll help you. And repent and truly mean it, and you'll be good. Just be better today than you were yesterday. So, yeah, but she asked me my name, how old I was. She asked about my cats. And then when I said I was homeless, she didn't like, you know, judge me or nothing. So if you're a younger guy, I'm 37, if you're a younger guy, if you look good enough, whatever rules and regulations that list the demands that a woman has that's extremely attractive, and even if she isn't, but especially if she is, whatever list and rules she has for a lesser looking guy, you know, conventionally speaking, from a worldly term, you know, God made us all perfect the way we are. He cares about the condition of your heart towards Him and how you treat people, not how you look on the outside. But she'll throw all those things out for basically just a random dude that she sees, and that's why women divorce their husbands out of nowhere and stuff like that. But the first set of things I ask is, firstly, you know, how old a woman is. And because some women look very youthful, but they're older, and some women look older, but they're youthful. Then I ask, you know, if you're single and, you know, you believe in the Lord, those types of things. Those are like the first set of questions I ask to get off on the right foot, you know. But just since I'm not about to be over here anyway, I'll give her my Facebook and all of that stuff. I'm not really like 99% of other men would fold with a woman like that, but I'm used to it. But it did catch me off guard, you know. It's kind of like King David and Bathsheba, that lady on the roof taking a bath or whatever. It was basically exactly like that, but with the clothes on type of thing. But in the hood, we would call a woman like that poison. You know, like a big butt and a smile and this and that. But she's got a really great personality and everything too, as well. But you know, I done forgot her name already. See, I meet so many people. I'm not always good with names. But that did make my day. It made me feel better. And I was so tired that I wasn't even like paying attention to anything because I had my music on. I wasn't even looking in that direction, and then I saw in my peripheral, because I'm hyper vigilant, so I'm always paying attention to everything around me. At the corner of my eye, that she was like making some type of hand motion or something. So, but I guess that's it. Yeah.